cliffhangers in Wisconsin that went the Democrats' way, and then, of course,
we are waiting on Michigan, and as I understand it, Wisconsin.
They don't stop and look at just how narrow that margin was, and this year, something came loose. It came loose among white voters, primarily non-college, but college as well, especially men.
It is a historic election, perhaps historic in a way many thought was not going to be the case. You are listening to special coverage of election 2016 here on NPR News.
5 minutes before midnight in Iowa, I'm Ben Kiefer along with Donna Hoffman. We're going to conclude our coverage here from Iowa Public Radio in the next few minutes. We're going to let NPR continue on with coverage past midnight until we figure out who will be the next president of the United States. Right now, the electoral votes stand 215 for Hillary Clinton, 244 for Donald Trump. Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Arizona, still not in a sure column, but it looks like Donald Trump has the momentum of the evening. Final thoughts from you, Donna Hoffman. One thing we didn't talk about was something that political scientists talk about a lot, which is the fundamentals, which didn't look too bad for Hillary Clinton going in.
Right, many of them were in her favor. A couple of them weren't. You know, one of the things that really wasn't in her favor is this notion of kind of the third term. So when you're following a two-term president, and that certainly is a high bar to get over, but again, we thought that was going to not be such a big factor because she had other things that were in her favor. If we look at pre-convention polls, that's one of the things that oftentimes political science will look at. She was 52, Trump was 48. Presidential approval, Obama's approval right now is 56%. Usually we try to look at approval in July, and that was 50%. So these are some things. Economic growth was not as robust as we'd want to see it, but certainly in her favor.
Well, yeah, President Obama's popularity at 56%, I was hearing right here on a public radio, matching Ronald Reagan's popularity in his final part of his second term as well.
Mm-hmm. So we are going to be spending, I think, a lot of time deconstructing this particular election. You know, it looks as if in the United States Senate, we were expecting the Democrats to pick up a number of seats there, and it looks like definitely they have one pickup, and well, actually, and they held on to a Reed seat there, but certainly not the performance